Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. So we're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us around the 30th of December and we'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe to around a couple of weeks. And I'll have a look at Surface V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and that's going to take us into the middle of January. Could we be setting up a cold January here? I think that's a question we've got to start asking ourselves. In the coming days. Could we be on the verge of a cold January? We haven't had a cold January for a very, very long time. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm going to show you all the data in a moment. Just to say that there's not going to be a live stream today. So I'm going to cancel today's live stream. I think I'm still not feeling 100% after the migraine that I had on Friday. So I'm still feeling a little bit not quite with it, and I just don't feel up to like doing a live stream tonight. So I think we'll call the live stream off. I definitely want to do one more live stream before Christmas though, so hopefully I'll be up to doing the live stream on Wednesday, and we'll be able to check in one more time before Christmas. Even if I'm going to do it on Christmas Eve, I'll do a bit of a live stream on Christmas Eve, I think. But there'll definitely be one more live stream before Christmas. But I just really don't feel, up to doing a live stream today, and I'm still going to get more of the historic video done as well, and I just don't think I'm up to live streaming and doing the rest of the historic video that I've got to do. So with great regret, and I'm so sorry, you know that I don't like to sort of cancel plans of that, but with great regret, I'm going to have to say no live stream tonight. So this will be the first Sunday that we haven't live streamed for a very, very long time, but there we go, there's nothing we can do about health issues. So I hope you all understand, and we will definitely try and get one more live stream in, but before Christmas. I definitely want to do that. There may be like an upload for Ensembles Watch or something this evening. I don't know. If I feel up to it, I might do an upload. But the uploads are much less, much less wearing than doing a live stream where you've got to go through the live chat and keep abreast of everything that's happening in the stream. The live streams are very tiring, particularly when you don't feel well. So there may be another upload coming up later on this evening. I don't know whether there will be or not. But I think for the live stream today, then we say no stream tonight. So I'm very sorry about that, everybody. But there will be at least one more before Christmas. Right, I've got to say thank you so much to a couple of people who have given us donations through PayPal. So thank you so much to Andrew Barker. Merry Christmas to Andrew Barker, and also Merry Christmas, and thank you so much to Neil Smith. Thank you so much to Neil Smith, and also to Andrew Barker. Thank you so much for your donations and your lovely messages that you left with those donations, and also Merry Christmas to both of you, both to Neil and also to Andrew as well. Thank you so much for your donation. We have got some more people that we're going to be saying hello and Merry Christmas to in tomorrow's 10 to 14 day as well. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for all of the kindness and all of the generosity that you showed to me. And of course, thank you so much for the donations to Andrew and to Neil. If you would like to become a donor for GavsWeatherVids, we need to come to GavsWeatherVids' PayPal page. This is it, and sign into your PayPal account, then you can donate whatever amount of money you would like to GavsWeatherVids. No problem whatsoever. So thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Of course, we also have Patreon as well, so I haven't been plugging this very much lately. I've been concentrating more on YouTube channel membership, but you can also become a patron for GavsWeatherVids. So if you'd like to become a patron for GavsWeatherVids, all you need to do is come to GavsWeatherVids' Patreon page and sign up for a Patreon account. You don't really have one, and then you can become a patron for GavsWeatherVids. And as I just hinted at, we also have YouTube channel membership. So if you'd like to become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids, we have 58 channel members now, by the way. And by the way, if you're a YouTube Premium member, I think there's like an offer on channel membership at the moment. So I think you become a channel member, but you don't have to pay. YouTube will pass the money on if you are signed up to YouTube Premium. That's something that YouTube have been telling me to plug over the past week or two, and I've been forgetting to do it. But if you're a YouTube Premium member, you might as well take advantage of the offer. I think that particularly applies to the UK. I'm not sure about other territories and nations, but yeah, if you would like to become a channel member, GavsWeatherVids, again, we need to come to the GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, click the join button, and that'll take you through to another page where you see what benefits you get for becoming a channel member, and you can also sign up on that page as well. Thank you so much to all of our donors, all of our patrons, and all of our channel members. The support that you give to me and to GavsWeatherVids is absolutely amazing. And of course, to our super chatters on Friday night's live stream, and I was very unwell. My performance was very poor, so I don't think I deserved it at all. But on Friday night's live stream, we had £150, which I was absolutely blown away by in super chats. And I wish I could do a live stream for you tonight, but I think it'd just be too much with the historic video that I've got to get finished as well. So I hope you all understand. But thank you so much, everybody, for the support. We are at 8,820 subscribers as well. We're on the grind to 9k subs. If you aren't yet subbed to the channel, please can you do so? And don't forget to tell your friends and family to sub as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so let's start off with development stratosphere-wise then, shall we? So this is how temperatures are currently looking at 10 HPA over the North Pole, where we've got these blue and purple colours. These are the cold temperatures at 10 HPA in the stratosphere, and so it's like the polar vortex at its roots, of course. So as we run on through to Christmas, we keep those cold blue and purple colours going in the stratosphere. Have got a little bit of warming around the edges, like from Europe and North Africa up to Siberia. A little bit of warming taking place there, but in the stratosphere over North Pole itself, we keep those cold temperatures very much going. You'll notice that as we go between Christmas and New Year, though, you get this big warming taking place. Not southern stratospheric warming, but it is a large area of quite significant warming from the Mediterranean and North Africa all the way up to Siberia. When you get a large swathe of warming like that, can sometimes be the precursor to a sudden stratospheric warming. So we'll see what the GFS does in the more extended range, and it is lifting this up to southern stratospheric warming temperature levels again by the 30th of December. Got those red colours appearing there over Siberia. That starts pushing towards the Arctic, and then we start getting another warming over the Atlantic and more or less over like Western Europe down here, which is quite an unusual place actually to get warming. We don't get warming of the stratosphere that often from the Atlantic side. Normally these occur from like Mediterranean, particularly from Russia and Siberia. Sometimes they can occur from Canada, but that's quite an unusual place to get a warming like that. And you see we finish up with like warming on either side of the pole. Really, we've got this stratospheric warming occurring here over the Atlantic and West Europe. The other one that reached its peak around the 30th of December, that's still there over Siberia, moving into the Arctic as well, albeit as a weakening feature. And the upshot is that the blue colours there, the cold temperature at 10 HPA, are being stretched and pulled apart. Not yet splitting, but, you know, you could easily envisage that could evolve into a split of the polar vortex at its roots at 10 HPA. So things continue to look very, very, very interesting stratosphere-wise as we go like through the end of December and into January. This warming from the Atlantic reminds me a little bit of what happened in 1984, December 1984. So I thought I'd just show you this. This is from the Historical Archive at Metro Seal. This is 20th of December 1984. So you see, we've got these blue and purple colours. That's polar vortex roots in the Arctic at 10 HPA. So if we go down to, let's go down to around the 25th of December. Let's go down to Christmas Day 1984 and see how it's looking there. And you see we are beginning to get a warming occurring over the Atlantic. It's a little bit of an unusual place to get a warming over the Atlantic in the stratosphere. Let's go a little bit further on to around the 30th of December 1984, and so we can see that this warming from the Atlantic has sort of pushed northwards to Greenland. Actually, we've got a little bit too far ahead, so let's go back to, say, the 27th of December 1984. So let's see, quite significant warming occurring from the Atlantic. That is pushing northwards in towards Greenland as well. Go through to 28th of December 1984. It kind of looks similar, this, doesn't it? Kind of looks similar to what the GFS is playing around with for early January. Quite a significant warming through the Atlantic. Another one over here, albeit much more modest compared to what we've got coming up around Christmas over Siberia. But it's just an indication that... you know, because this is followed by a cold January, of course. December 1984 is followed by a very, very cold January in 1985. Also cold February, but particularly so in January. And so you see, we do get like a split of a polar vortex actually from this by the 30th of December. We push up warming from the Atlantic into Greenland. It combines with like the secondary warming over Siberia. And we do actually split the polar vortex at its roots as we go up towards the new year of 1984. And that's very, very quickly followed by a lot of cold weather. Interestingly, December 1984 also had a very strong it's generally quite a mild month, a wet month, but it also had a very strong Siberian high, which is probably partly responsible for some of this stratospheric warming. Anyway, so that's New Year's Eve 1984, when you see a very significant warming of the stratosphere has taken place. It started like in the Atlantic and pushed up to Greenland. We've got a complete displacement of the polar vortex and a split too. So yeah, that was followed by a very, very cold January. I'm not saying it's going to necessarily follow exactly the same route this year, but you can, I think, see a slight similarity there. What do you think with that warming that's occurring just there and the other one over here? You can see how those two could sort of combine with one another to displace and also split the polar vortex, couldn't you, if we could go on any further days? So it does look kind of similar. Definitely one to keep an eye on. So let's go here. So this is BCT page at GavsWeatherVids. So I just want to just show you how winter of 84-85 panned out. Again, I'm not saying we're going to get a like-for-like match, because you never do get like-for-like. But December 1984 comes out with a CT of where are we? So we're just here. That's 1984. Right, December 1984 comes out with a CT of 5.2. Generally quite a mild month, but January 1985 is very cold with a CT of 0.8. Very cold and snowy in January 1985. Almost a negative CT, but not quite. And then February 1985 is also very cold with a CT of 2.1. Does moderate a little bit early February of 1985, gets a bit milder then, and then the cold comes back later on in the month. But yeah, I thought you'd find that interesting anyway, that sort of perhaps slight similarity between December 1984 and what the GFS is forecasting for the next few weeks. Something a little bit different, so I thought I'd start off with that. Right, let's move on to CT then. So central temperature is currently standing at around 6.0. That's an anomaly of 1.2 degrees above average. That is provisional to the 19th of December, provisional to yesterday. So quite mild for December. That's after a cold first week as well, by the way. So quite a mild December so far. But this is probably going to tick down as we move into the Christmas period, because we have got colder weather on the way. These are the 500 millibar high anomaly flow charts from Penn State University for the next week to 10 days. This gets us to around the 30th of December. We've got the ECMWF on the top. but GFS is on the bottom. So 500 millibars is an area in that's high pressure, low pressure. I've been moved around by the jet stream running above. Red extrapolates high pressure, blue to low pressure. So this gets us more or less to the new year. We've got above average heights in the Atlantic blocking in the North Atlantic going up to Greenland. A trough of below average heights sinking southwards over and to the east of the country. That looks cold, doesn't it? Looks like we'd be pulling in cold northerly winds with that, and potentially wintry as well. So potentially cold and wintry with the ECM. GFS is very similar for the 7 to 10 day time frame as well. So again, we've got this trough of low pressure extending down through the west of Europe. We've got a ridge of high pressure in the North Atlantic going back to Greenland. Jet streams plunging southwards as well. That looks like it would be cold and wintry also with the GFS as we're moving towards the new year as well. So I mean, what a couple of models we've got there between days 7 and 10, both suggesting the chance of quite cold, quite significantly cold and wintry weather. Wow. These are how the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles are looking for the next couple of weeks. Actually, I'm going to pause the video because there's going to be a lot of refreshing of the tabs going on. So I'll just pause the video, refresh the tabs so you won't have to sit through those tabs refreshing. So I'll see you around 2 seconds. Right, that's done. Okay, so the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, which is our location today. You can see that for the next few days, next 2 or 3 days, we're going to be milder than average generally. Over Christmas, dates on bottom of the chart, of course. Over Christmas, we go colder than average. And then today, there's a little bit of a tick up around Boxing Day, but after that, saying generally cold, colder than average, although the red line for the 30-year average does break. I'm not sure why that's happening. It could be because we're going to move on to a new 30-year average from New Year's Day. We will, I suppose, move on to the 1991 to 2020 30-year average, probably. I don't know. But anyway, the red line breaks. But I think you can see from, like, here, where we have got the red line, that we're generally going to keep the upper air temperatures colder than average right the way through to the start of January, once we get beyond Boxing Day. So it does look, again, looks cold and potentially wintry between Christmas and New Year. Precipitation-wise, this is how things are looking. So a lot of precipitation spikes coming up over the next few days. Goes drier around Christmas. It gets colder, of course. And then as we go between Christmas and New Year, it's not as unsettled as it will be in the coming days, but there is still precipitation around. And of course, as it's going colder, some of that precipitation could be wintry as well. It certainly is possible that it might be. Oh, now why is that happening? I'll just refresh your tab, so I don't know why the tabs are refreshing again. Right, temperature anomalies from the 20th of December to the 28th of December are going to be round average, a little bit cooler average in the far north, a little bit mild average in the south. Precipitation anomalies from the 20th to 28th of December are going to be wetter than average for England and Wales. This is how the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net is looking. So winds are still coming from a west-south-westerly direction, so it remains mild for the time being. By the time we get to Christmas Eve, those southwesterly winds will turn northerly. This is how the UK Met is looking for Wednesday. Low pressure is out to our west and will bring outbreaks of rain across much of England and Wales. Christmas Eve will take the low pressure way to the south and east and will turn wind into the north, so it will become colder on Christmas Eve, and showers may well turn wintry over high ground in the north. Christmas Day will find high pressure sitting just to our west, so dry and quite cold with northerly winds coming around that area of high pressure Christmas Day. And then Boxing Day backs the wind into west, so we go a little bit milder on Boxing Day, 26th of December. More particularly for the north. For the south, it could still be quite cold and frosty, actually, even on Boxing Day morning. And that's as far as we get to with the UK Met, of course. Right, this how the GFS 6Z is looking again very unsettled for Wednesday, with this low pressure down to southwest bringing a lot of heavy rain to England and Wales. So low pressure clears away to the south and the east on Christmas Eve. We turn wind into the north, pulling snow shower potentially to northeastern parts of the country. Wintry showers might push into parts of Midlands and southeast England even. We won't know till a little bit closer to the time frame. Christmas Day, the ridge builds in above the Atlantic, but within cold air, so Christmas Day is like to be quite cold and starting frosty, maybe with a frost on Christmas night down in the south too. By Boxing Day, we're going into like a milder westerly as the high pressure pulls out to the west, so we pull in some slightly milder westerly winds on Boxing Day. Before this low pressure, we saw it on the 500 millibar height line flow charts, this low pressure starts to dive southwards as the ridge pushes northwards. So as this ridge pushes northwards and heads up towards Greenland, that forces the low pressure and the jet stream to plunge southwards. That low pressure will pull cold air down with it. And so as the low pressure plunges south via this blocking area of high pressure around Greenland, we start to pull in potentially a cold northerly wind. So as we go, like between Christmas and New Year, this is Monday 28th December, looking cold and wintry, potential with rain and or snow distinctly possible. Moving up to day 10, we keep it cold. The high pressure slips a little bit further southwards, but winds remain in from a north to northeasterly direction for day 10, which is the 30th of December. So it will stay cold, and there could be further snow in places as well. All of that is to be firmed up upon, of course. Beyond that, into New Year's Eve, again, we sort of backwind into the west, as well as system coming in from the northwest. Now, this is coming into cold air, has cold air behind it, so that's the sort of thing that might produce a stir then. Then the low pressure starts to dive south again. As we get to New Year's Day, we've got this low pressure diving south that might bring further rain and or snow with it, and we sort of finish up pulling in like an easterly wind with blocking up towards. These charts are absolutely phenomenal, by the way. I haven't seen anything like this for years and years and years, if they verify. But this is the 3rd of January. We're blocking around Greenland, Iceland, and a Scandinavian high. Winds are in from the east, looking cold and potentially snowy as we move into the opening days of January. And we keep the blocking going. Very extensive blocking at that. We keep it going up to the end of the GFS 6Z run. Let's have a look at the precipitation forecast based on that GFS run. So you're going to see quite a bit of rain coming and going over the next few days. As we get to Wednesday, some areas begin to turn a little bit wintry across northern England. Actually, heavy rain further south, but North Wales, Northern England, perhaps North Midlands might be a little bit of snow on the northern edge of this rain as it's engaging with the colder air trying to push in from the north. By Christmas Eve, all of that gets out of the way, and we're left with snow showers running down the east coast. So places that might get a white Christmas, or might get snow on Christmas Eve anyway. Aberdeen looks primed there. Possibly Newcastle as well. Middlesbrough, Sunderland, all those sort of areas might see. Redcar might see some snow showers. Possibly coming down to Lincolnshire. I wouldn't rule out snow showers for Lincolnshire. East Anglia might get some snow showers there on Christmas Eve afternoon as well. So the east and the northeast, perhaps best place to get some snow showers on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, as that ridge builds in, most of the showers sort of die away. It's going to be mainly dry but cold, and there'll be a nice crunchy start with plenty of frost to Christmas morning. And then going to Boxing Day, in comes the wet weather from the Atlantic, turning milder for a time from Boxing Day, but by 27th of December, we begin to turn rain back to snow up in the north, and then we go into what could be quite a wintry week actually, or quite a wintry few days between Christmas and New Year, with the suggestion that there's further rain and or snow rotating around as we move into the New Year. So we could see further wintry falls as we move into the New Year as well. And all of that is to be determined much closer to the time frame, of course. So how the GEM is looking. So again, outbreaks of rain bring quite a wet spell to southern parts of the country in the next few days. Then we go into a little cold snap from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. There's those northerly winds, of course, that give us a nice crunchy Christmas Day, or start to Christmas Day. A little bit milder for Boxing Day, and then we're back into northerlies. Again, a northerly blast there as we go between Christmas and the New Year. You'll notice we aren't getting the high pressure as far north with the GEM as we are with the GFS, so the GM is not wanting to send this high pressure as far north as Greenland at that point. That's up to the 30th of December. Whether it will eventually get to Greenland into like the New Year remains to be seen. ECMWF looks like this. Again, a lot of rain to come in the next couple of days. Then we have our little cold snap there as we go from Christmas Eve through to Christmas Day, with winds in from the north, giving us quite a cold start to Christmas Day. Boxing Day, a little bit milder. And then same idea, does it a little bit differently, but same idea. Low pressure dives southwards, ridge pushes northwards. We turn wind into the north between Christmas and New Year, have a northerly blast, and there could be some snow coming in with those northerly winds as well. That's how we look as we get to day 10, 30th December. Cold with northerly winds and blocking to the north and west. Again, not getting this high pressure quite as far north as Greenland, as the GFS does. But still enough to be cold. And of course we've got this little area of low pressure just here that's going to go in that direction. Might bring some snow, and as that pushes southeastwards, it could mean that the ridge starts pushing further northwards. We'll have to wait and see closer to the time. Precipitation forecast based on that ECM run looks like this. Plenty of rain to come over the next few days, particularly for the south. Cheshire with a little bit of snow there, parts of Wales, North Midlands and Northern England on Wednesday. Then all of that gets out of the way, and we pull in these cold northerly winds that could bring wintry showers down the east coast for Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is mainly dry, but will be cold. Outbreaks of rain returning to the northwest late on Christmas Day will bring slightly milder air in for Boxing Day. And then that rain on the cold front pushes southwards and introduces those northerly winds, and they have all of this snow piling into the north in particular. And some of those snow showers could push southwards. They might do if we have something that can band them together, like a little trough or, who knows, maybe a little polar low. We'll have to wait and see closer to the time frame. These are the options that are on the table within the GFS ensembles for day 10. This gets us to the 30th of December. We have 17 members of the ECM ensembles with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up to Greenland, trough of low pressure to our east, below average heights, winds are in from the north. That's going to be cold and northerly. 15 with a mid-Atlantic ridge, low pressure over to the east of the country, jet stream wind flows lining up northwest to southeast. 13 with a mid-Atlantic ridge and low pressure over to the east of the country, winds are in from the north with that. So most of the options are looking cold for day 10, 30th December. 6 down here have high pressure just a little bit to the southwest and perhaps bringing in slightly more of a westerly. So that's the mildest option. But like the options we got up here, the 3 up here, they are all generally pretty cold, I would have thought. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options I've got. This gets to the 4th of January. I have 16 members of the ECM ensembles, again with a mid-Atlantic ridge, possibly pulling in wind from the north or maybe even the northeast. 14 with high pressure, middle of the Atlantic, low pressure over to the east country, that could be drawing down northerly winds. 12 with high pressure way to the northwest, low pressure to the south-southeast. We could have northeasterly winds coming in with that. And 9 with high pressure over to the north of the country, winds could well be coming in from the east. Generally, most of the options are still looking cold in early January, and that is why I'm beginning to wonder, particularly with this sudden or this stratospheric warming. Doesn't yet reach sudden stratospheric warming, but given the stratospheric warming that we've got, especially over the Atlantic, I am beginning to wonder whether we could be on the cusp of a cold January here. And it is years and years and years since we had a cold January. Right, CFSV2 looks like this. So it's a 500 millibar heights bring down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 19th, 25th of December. The coming week with low pressure over top of the country, winds in from west. So starting wet and mild, but becoming drier and colder for Christmas, of course. Week 2, it'll be the 26th of December to the 1st of January, New Year's Day. High pressure out to the west, low pressure to the east. Winds are going to be in from a north to northeasterly direction. Week 3 will have a mid-Atlantic ridge with low pressure over to the east country, so that could still be cold as well, bringing in winds from the north, a proper old dip in the jet stream there. And week 4 is the 9th to the 15th of January with low pressure sort of over country, but again elongating northwest southeast along with the jet stream going in that sort of direction. There's high pressure up here and in the middle of the Atlantic, so even then we've got this dip in the jet stream occurring that could keep us pretty cold. Temperature anomalies for week 1 from the 19th to the 25th of December are above average, a mild average week coming up. Week 2, 26th December, 1st of January, starts to go a little bit colder than average. Week 3, 2nd to the 8th of January, is quite significantly colder than average, actually. Around 2 degrees or more below average. And week 4 which is the 9th to the 15th of January, is also colder than average. Could we be on the cusp of a cold January here? Something we've not had for a very, very, very long time. Time will tell. If you're enjoying the content on the channel at the moment, please can you click like. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. And if everyone who subscribes brings a friend or a family member, we'll get to 9k subs so much quicker. And if you are subbed, you'll be able to see future weather content on the channel, which will be great. Let us know in the comments what you think, as long as they're nice comments. Right, rather extended one, nearly half an hour, but then I'm not live streaming today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. There may be an Ensembles Watch uploaded later on this afternoon. I'm not sure if there will be or not. I am feeling very tired. So this might be the only video for today. But just keep checking the channel and see what happens. And I say, I do want to get one more live stream in before Christmas. That will probably be on Wednesday, hopefully. So yeah, I definitely want to do one more live stream for Christmas so that we can all sort of wish each other Merry Christmas. But I hope you understand that I'm just still not feeling 100% today. And I thought doing the live stream and also the rest of the historic video that I've got to do this evening would be just too much, really, today. So I hope you understand. And we'll see you with a live stream, at least one more before Christmas. But for this video, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.